What is up? Gear Squad, ChaingearGaming here, bringing another video, and today we're back with some Rogue Company news. I am super excited to go over this information. We are getting two huge changes coming to Rogue Company. One is a brand new map, and two is a brand new Rogue. Now, from what I understand, this isn't even all of what we're getting in the newest update coming up to hopefully pretty soon, either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm really excited about this. Again, two giant pieces, a new map and a new Rogue. The new Rogue, well, we're about to learn a little bit more about her. You might have heard about her before. Her name used to be called Bulwark, or at least there was a leak where her code name was Bulwark, and you will definitely see why. And the map was recently teased as well on Twitter. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Let's watch the video together, and then we'll come back here and we'll go ahead and watch a little bit of the video. We'll stop, pause, talk about it. Let's jump right into it.
Hey Rogue Company, my name is Joey Seamus and I'm one of the level designers on the game. I spend most of my days creating blockouts, gathering feedback, and making iterations to the existing maps. Today, I'm excited to tell you about some of the upcoming content in Rogue Company. Let's get started. A cutting-edge research vessel, the Domain, has been hijacked by Jackal in the Arctic, and it's up to Rogue Company to take it back. Glacier features frantic, close-quarters combat, quick rotations, and generous flanking opportunities. You might be wondering who Jackal is. For the first time since its founding, Rogue Company has faced organized opposition from a similarly well-equipped group. Thanks to Glitch's quick thinking and hacking skills, Rogue Company has intercepted their communications and identified this group as Jackal. While it is still not fully known what their goals are, Rogue Company has determined that they are a threat that needs to be neutralized. What better way to combat Jackal than by building up the Rogue Company roster? The newest member of Rogue Company is not only tough, but equipped to create new opportunities in the fight. A former Special Forces operator from Europe, Sigrid keeps her body in absolutely perfect condition and is a fearless rogue who excels at spearheading assaults to punch through enemy defenses. Adept at close-range combat, you'll have the option of the D40C submachine gun or the S12 tactical shotgun, and in a pinch you can reach for the Warren pistol. Perfectly complementing her fast and dangerous style, her activated ability is the ballistic shield. When raised, enemies will have to settle for lower damage shots or flank around her and hope it isn't too late. When crouched, she will provide a minimal target and high-level threat if you aren't prepared. And thanks to her passive ability, Athletic, she not only moves faster when she's crouched, but is immune to slowing effects of barbed wire and gadgets like tear gas. She carries a frag grenade, but also a new gadget called the Adrenaline Shot. This provides a small amount of healing, begins immediate regeneration, and a short-term boost to speed. Finally, she has a series of perks like Evade, Shredder Rounds, Nimble Hands, Tenacity, Tracker Rounds, and Lifeline, which will make her an exceptional addition to any team. That's all the time we have for this development video, but we can't wait to hear your thoughts on Glacier, Sigrid, and the rest of the upcoming content.
All right. I did not expect that. Like I said, this is a huge update, a lot of great content that's coming to the game. And again, I don't even think this is all of it. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, I do think these are obviously the biggest parts. I think that this is the majority of what we're getting, obviously. A big rogue coming in, as well as a brand new map. That's a huge deal. But I do think we're going to get some features and some things like that as well. Maybe equipment mastery, maybe a battle pass. I don't know. I'd love to see a December battle pass going into January, and then maybe the launch of the game coming out that first quarter of 2021. So we'll have to take a look. But before all of that, guys, let's do a deeper dive into this developer update. We're going to start, we're going to pause, we're going to take a look at all of this. So let's just start it and take a look at the very beginning.
Hey Rogue Company, my name is Joey Seamus and I'm one of the level designers on the game.
Yo,
I spend most of my days creating blockouts, gathering feedback, and making iterations to the existing maps. Today, I'm excited to tell you about some of the upcoming content in Rogue Company. Let's get started. A cutting-edge research vessel, the Domain, has been hijacked by Jackal in the Arctic, and it's up to Rogue Company to take it back.
So this is pretty cool. I gotta pause here just for a second because this is a brand new map. Obviously, we're seeing it's a ship. Obviously, it's a giant ship. Apparently, it is a research vessel, and they talk about Jackal hijacking it. So let's continue, but it's interesting because the rest of this video, they kind of talk about Jackal. They don't talk too much about the ship, but take a look at the ship. Take a look at some of the different sight lines, some of the different avenues that you're going to be going in and out of to get to possible objectives, plant bomb, etc.
Glacier features frantic, close quarters combat, quick rotations, and generous flanking opportunities.
I like that. I like that. Let's go back just a little bit. The CQC portion of this, the close quarters combat, that's kind of a big deal. I feel like right now, the vast majority of the maps, they're definitely much more open for, I would say DMR play, maybe assault rifles as well. SMGs have really been struggling, I think, and shotguns, I mean, if you get caught by a shotgun, you're in trouble. But for the most part, you have to actually close that gap or successfully pull off a flank. And honestly, right now, especially at the highest level of plays, that's really difficult to do. It's really hard to pull off a successful flank unless you're already pushing in from the front as well. So I think just automatically making the engagements have to be close range. It means you're going to see a lot of smoke play, a lot of flashbang play, getting into positions, and then possibly seeing shotguns reign a little bit more supreme, or at least giving SMGs a little bit more time to breathe because they don't have to, take a bunch of damage while they're trying to get up to a particular location.
And generous flanking opportunities.
Flanks are nice
You
too.
might be wondering who Jackal is. For the first time since its founding, Rogue Company has faced organized opposition from a similarly well-equipped group. Thanks to Glitch's quick thinking and hacking skills, Rogue Company has intercepted their communication.
So this is interesting, right? This is interesting. Jackal, they're giving us a lot of information on Jackal right now. And I'm wondering, are we going to get Jackal characters, or are we always just going to have, Rogue Company characters?
The newest member of Rogue Company is not only tough, but equipped to create new opportunities in the fight. A former Special Forces operator from Europe, Sigrid keeps her body in absolutely perfect condition, and is a fearless rogue who excels at spearheading assaults to punch through enemy defenses. Adept at close-range combat, you'll have the option of the D40C submachine gun or the S12 tactical shotgun.
So very close range, obviously a very good rogue to come out with a brand new map. That obviously ship vessel, right? The research vessel. Like they said, it's CQC, lots of flanking routes, things like that. So this is going to be good. Obviously, the shotgun is great for defensive capability. Someone pushes you, you're just slamming onto the trigger and popping a lot of shotgun shots into someone when they're pushing up. But the D40C, the SMG, is also quite a monster up close. So she's all CQC. She does not have a ranged option, which is interesting. But we're going to see a couple other abilities that she has here as well.
And in a pinch, you can reach for the warrant pistol.
And she has the warrant. So Fixer's not the only one with the warrant. She also has the warrant, and she is blasting it. So that's good to know as well.
Perfectly complementing her fast and dangerous style, her activated ability is the Ballistic Shield. When raised, enemies will have to settle for lower damage shots or flank around her.
So this is interesting. We don't understand the shield just yet. We don't understand it just yet, but it's interesting nonetheless. She pulled the Ballistic Shield out pretty quickly, and from what we understand is that whenever she raises the shield, they said she takes reduced damage. Let's listen to that one more time. Let's watch her actually pull the shield out too.
Enemies will have to settle for lower damage shots.
Lower damage shots. And like I said, we'll go ahead and see her pull the shield out pretty fast.
For lower damage shots or flank around her and hope it isn't too late. When crouched, she will provide a minimal target and high-level threat if you aren't prepared. And thanks to her passive ability, Athletic, she not only moves faster when she's crouched, but is immune to slowing effects of barbed wire and gadgets like tear gas.
That's crazy. So let's go back to the Athletic perk. Sigrid's passive increases crouch speed and negates slowing effects. So she's interesting. We saw the Athletic perk. Now, some of you guys might have seen it was leaked. We actually went over this in Roco Radio. Shout out to Roco Radio. You guys can find this anywhere, rocoradio.com. It's our podcast all about Rogue Company, and we actually talked about this leak, the Athletic leak. So she's actually probably going to be a pretty good flanker, which is interesting because I would have thought she was more of a defensive character. She obviously has the shield, but it does seem to be like a more personal shield. It's not a shield that, everybody can use. Granted, if she kind of pushes forward, she's kind of one of the only tanks in the game. Of course, we have some other defense characters, but they're not tanks. They can't take a bunch of damage personally. They just can kind of put something up. For example, Trench can put down his barbed wire. You have Anvil putting down his large shield, but it's not movable. So he's not taking damage. He's just kind of putting something out there. So for her, she's honestly kind of one of the first tanks that we're seeing, maybe the only tank that we're seeing who can kind of push forward and just have the shield right up and shoot to the side of it as well. That's one of the things I'm thinking is really interesting, is that when she's crouched, you're getting a minimal view of her, which, risk reward here. The only thing that you're probably actually able to hit is the shield or her head, which again is good and bad, right? If you do get the headshots, well, it could be a pretty quick cleanup, or you're just going to hit that shield because, you aren't used to focusing on headshots. So this is really, really interesting. But the fact that her crouch speed is fast, and we'll see what her perks are, but if she's able to crouch and get to a position faster than the average character, she might be able to get to a position, hide there, have her shield, and then be able to 1v1 or 1v2 characters pretty easily if you have a good shot. So especially with the SMG, or even the Warrant, we know how good the Warrant is. So yeah, let's keep it going. And the slowing effects is interesting too, because if she wants to walk through barbed wire, if she wants to walk through gas, she can. Now, it won't necessarily, I believe the gas will still kind of mess with her vision, but it won't slow her. So pretty interesting to see.
Barbed wire and gadgets like tear gas. She carries a frag grenade, but also a new gadget called the Adrenaline Shot. This provides a small amount of healing, begins immediate regeneration, and a short-term boost to speed.
Yo, that is pretty sick. So she has a frag grenade, which is great. And I don't think a lot of people know this, but you can get 2 gadgets. So you can get the grenade and you can get the adrenaline shot. Now, I think a lot of high tier players know this, but if you're new to the game or maybe you just didn't know, you can go ahead and grab 2 of these. So the adrenaline shot, obviously a very selfish, gear to have. So you go ahead and grab the adrenaline shot. It really only helps you. But the small heal with the immediate regeneration and a speed boost, it allows you to utilize it to get into cover, or let's say you're getting hit, you can back out into cover while taking some health for yourself as well. So the adrenaline shot is pretty good. I'm hoping we see some other characters utilize it. I don't know if she's technically a duelist or not, but even utilizing that ability to push into battle or to continue a fight. I don't know how fast it goes. We can actually take a look at just how fast she was able to utilize the adrenaline shot here, because it might be something where, she can go in and out of cover and use it pretty quickly.
She carries a frag grenade, but also a new gadget called the Adrenaline Shot.
Yeah, that's pretty quick. She goes and then just runs right in. So it is possible that she could hide, get a couple shots off, hide, stick it, go back in. And when you thought you were about to get this down, well, she just got res a little, well, not res, but got a little bit of healing and pushed in with a faster speed as well. So
this provides
a
small amount of healing, begins immediate regeneration, and a short-term boost to speed. Finally, she has a series of perks like Evade.
Okay, so I just want to show these real quick. She has Evade, Shredder Rounds, Nimble Hands, Tenacity, Tracker, and Lifeline. So Lifeline, huge perk, probably my favorite perk in the game. Lifeline is what allows you to heal people very, very quickly, so you can easily play her as a support. Tracker Rounds, same thing. You can play her supportively, helping your team out. Nimble Hands, I think, is okay. The Warrant is great, so I think if you, just dump your SMG into someone and then they're like, oh, you're out of ammo, you can swap really fast to the Warrant. But that's one of those perks that I usually get much later. And actually, sometimes I'll do it the other way around. I'll actually use the Warrant as my primary and then let somebody push up on me and I have the shotgun. So Nimble Hands isn't bad, but it's not a perk that I would necessarily just get immediately. Tenacity, I think you're going to get a lot of stuff thrown at you with that shield up. So Tenacity might be a really, really good perk. Shredder Rounds, I've actually been using Shredder Rounds a ton. Sometimes I just run out of ammo, and so Shredder Rounds has been very, very helpful with that. So think about that, especially if you're going against one of these characters, right? If you're going against Sigrid or if you're going against Anvil, and they have deployables, think about getting Shredder Rounds. And then, Evade's okay. I'm not a big fan of Evade, but it is what it is.
Shredder Rounds, Nimble Hands, Tenacity, Tracker Rounds, and Lifeline. which will make her an exceptional addition to any team.
Yeah, Lifeline. That's crazy.
That's all the time we have for this development video, but we
Look
can't
at
wait
that
to
dog.
hear your thoughts
Adorable.
on Glacier, Sigrid, and the rest of the upcoming content.
So hold up. You heard my guy. He said Glacier, which is the boat, Sigrid, who's the new character, and then he said, and the rest of the upcoming content. Hold on, let's go back.
Which will make her an exceptional addition to any team. That's all the time we have for this development video, but we can't wait to hear your thoughts on Glacier, Sigrid, and the rest of the upcoming content.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Let me know what you guys think of the Glacier and Sigrid down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. Either way, guys, I will see you online. And of course, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.